guys, and welcome back to a bonus episode of Aren't You Exhausted? This is for finally hitting 90 subscribers, thanks to Ankle, the dangling ankle, for giving me a little bit of a shout out in his community post. It's appreciated. How's everyone's week going? How is everybody's Halloween going? Today we're going to be discussing Amberlynn Reid's health miracle, and so let's talk about it. So today we're starting our discussion out with Amber's health miracle. Apparently the fluid around her lungs and the notable lung nodule every medical professional feared may be possible cancer turned out to be a fluke and seemed to clear up with a round of antibiotics. Amber seemed overjoyed with the news and was happy to relay the information to her mother, who's been worried about her health this cycle. In total Amber fashion, we got the retail therapy chapter in the vlog to show her coping with the new information surrounding her miracle by spending money on another vase with a small feminine figure that her and wifey were pawing over in the store. Of course, some food items were bought to taste test as well. I know I'm not totally alone in this, but where is the worry for Amber over why this fluid and nodule presented in multiple CT scans and is now up and disappeared after a round of antibiotics? How can she be so nonchalant over the fact that she had some kind of lung infection that came out of nowhere? Now she seems to be moving along, content with the fact that it cleared up, and she is free again to do as she pleases because keto is going to cure her of her binge eating disorder, you guys. Did you guys know that? Keto can totally cure you of your binge eating disorder, and you should totally only focus on the meats and cheeses you're eating and not the amount of food you're eating or the amount of sodium you're ingesting. Apparently, keto lifestylers are allotted more sodium than the average person to, I guess, take into the consideration that they are eating a high-fat, protein-based diet, so I guess the body burns through the sodium stores quicker. But I swear every time she shows her grocery haul, we get to see how gluttonous her lifestyle really is. Her fridge and pantries look like that of a family of 4 live there, but in actuality, it's just her and wifey. Why do 2 people need that much perishable food? I will never know. In the past, when dealing with my own issues with food, I would refuse to get things for the house that I knew I had trouble with binging on. Things like chips, bread, pasta, sweets. Whenever I'd crave something sweet, I'd eat fresh fruit or drink a smoothie. And if I was really hunger pained, I'd get up and do something to take my mind off of it, like clean, exercise, go for a walk. The bottom line, the issue Amber has, is that she never denies herself anything, and she has access to everything. She hates to exercise, but wants to lose weight, started a new diet, still loads everything with sodium and eats larger portions. She's never going to see a change if she doesn't actually change her life and stick with it. It's a lifestyle change, and so far she's done nothing to really change her life. The scenery has changed over the years, but the weight and all of the bad habits are still there. Then for Halloween tonight, we got a real treat, and Amber took a page out of Foodie Beauty's success guide and live streamed while under the influence of edibles. Or that's how it seemed. Well, what everyone assumed were edibles by how she was acting, but in reality, it's just a CBD gummy that she bought from the local gas station. Now, for the most part, I can only handle so much of Amber during live streams because she starts to give off a kind of Mean Girls vibe. The you can't sit with us type of vibe. I'm assuming she does this because this is the vibe she was given her entire life when it came to most social interactions. So she seems awkward, and now that she's made a considerable income from YouTube all these years, I feel like she kind of feels entitled to flaunting her toxic persona. Perhaps as like a gotcha moment for the possible mean girls watching that treated her poorly in her younger years. She did a lot of talking off camera to wifey and kind of cracking up at little jokes. And cracking up at genuine questions because she apparently reverts back to a teenager while under the influence of CBD gummies. Whereas Foodie either rages or gorges herself. We learned before her steak salad ranch soup appetizer that she's no longer taking Ozempic because the issues with her gallbladder. Yet keto would also create issues with the gallbladder because of the high fat content. So I guess it just doesn't equate to me like why we quit one but are joining a lifestyle and diet that could cause further issues with an already aggravated gallbladder. Amber swears that this keto arc will be the winner in this cycle for sure, and that for the first time she's taking her doctor's recommendations seriously. Where was this concern when she was bedbound? Is my question. But that's all for tonight. Happy Halloween, and I will see you guys Wednesday. Bye.